I mean, if something is proved, then it's not a theory. Yes.
Can we begin, please?
People have
A lot
different
of-
standards of evidence.
Yeah, exactly. So that's another thing.
And people, it's got, it has an effect because the conspiracy theory, people use it to then the government use it to ostracize people, and then people use it to ostracize other people.
I mean, I'm not ostracizing. I'm just saying that, like, the whole argument, even with you and Eric, kind of pointed out that it was actually a bit of a conspiracy because, there's no way to come to the conclusion either way.
And that's the big thing. So like that's why I don't do it anymore, because it's like, okay, I'm right. What happens then?
The thing is, though, there's so much evidence, because if you can read people, if you can see when people are lying, and some people can, and some people can't. So if you look at the moon, the Mars rover, the Curiosity rover press conference, there's a lot of shouting, a lot of whooping, and a whole lot of not giving out any scientific information, and a whole lot of looking like they don't really know what he's talking about. And people who can read people can see that they're simply lying, and that when you do the statement analysis, they tell you everything. They talk about it being a movie. They talk about it, not being real and just being an experience.
Again, what does it mean? Like, okay, so you're right. What do you do then? That's what's always puzzled me. It's why I don't really do it too much. Like, that's why I don't ever just come to straight conclusions. Because, okay, I'm right. So what now? What do I do? What's the next step?
Exactly. Well, it's, to me at the moment, I think it's just about it's an info war, and it's just about changing people's minds, opening people's minds to it, letting them see that they don't, so they're not manipulated, so they don't get sent off to war to die for oil or some other bizarre motive that we'll probably never know. It might even just be the banking thing, but
That's true, man. I don't know, man, but it sounds terrible, man, but it's like, man, like, I think if you just, I mean, I don't want to say fuck it, but it's like, I didn't really have to have anyone to, like, I just woke up one day and I was like, oh shit, like, what I'm doing, I should not do it anymore. Let me just get out of here. Like, let me get the fuck out of here. But it's like, some people, like, it's just like, their brain is wired this way. And it's like, okay, so if we don't have these people who manipulate and stuff, because literally okay, you join the army, I don't care what anyone says, there's no real good reason to join the army, man. Unless someone is
the GI Bill.
Yeah, that's good. But I mean, like, as far as offensive, like I get National Guard is cool. It's okay, all right, cool. Like, okay, you're literally there just in case something happens. But like deploying to other countries, no matter what, I don't see it. But here's the thing: it's like if we don't get people to do that, other countries will do it to us because they realize the effectiveness of FI, FE, and fucking fucking lying to people. We're just using them as resources because that's what they are. They're just,
Yeah.
One man is a
Cattle.
tragedy, a million people is a statistic, and people realize that. So it's like
Very
I
much.
almost don't care, almost.
Yeah.
Because like if we didn't do it, someone would do that to us in a heartbeat, and that's like the one thing the military has taught me. Like, it's true, man. Like, a hierarchy is just a motherfucking thing, man. It's always gonna be there. If you don't do it, someone will do it to you, most likely.
I can respect that, yeah.
It's kind of, and it's really fucked up, man. I don't want to live in a world like that, but it's just, Yeah.
But if you know that, you can sort of use it, and like I listen to what you say, and you're. I'm not in the military. You've got a different perspective to me, but I kind of see these other sort of types as I don't think society was built on people like me, who are I think that it was other people who, for better or worse, were able to be went through being lied to, and still built society anyway. It's kind of how I feel about being an atheist. I don't disrespect Christians, because society was built on the Christian values and what have you.
Yeah.
I don't expect that society is. I don't think that society is going to be in the future built, strong by a bunch of whiny atheist liberals.
Yeah. Actually, this is going off topic. It's a little Emmy here, but I was reading how it's kind of cool. I didn't really see it like this, but a lot of atheists, they bitch about Christianity, but they don't realize that due process comes from Christianity. Like before Christianity, it wasn't so basically
I've heard something about this. Yeah.
So it's basically before fucking Christianity, it was okay, this guy is a fucking thief, and they were okay. They didn't give a shit. They're okay, take his hand, cut it off, an eye for an eye. And then Christianity kind of came along, was there's something divine in everyone. You have to be proven wicked or, guilty, and then we'll take you. So it's it's kind of cool. I don't know. I'm not articulating it right, but it's oh, wow, that is kind of cool. That is kind of right if you think about it.
I would like to look into that, the biblical basis of the legal system, certainly, but it just seems like the legal system is set up to, prevent people from to protect rich people who can afford the cleverest legal minds who can, get them what they want.
That is true, but I mean, you still have to realize how inherently good that, even if it is kind of came from a selfish place, how inherently rare that is. Human beings usually do not, it's a very new thing to okay, you just did something bad. We're going to wait before we punish you. Usually human beings are oh, you did such and such, I'm going to kill you or fuck you. You know what I mean? It's very revenge.
Yeah.
So it's actually a very, I don't know where I wish I could show you the video, but I think you're right. It definitely, comes from an elitist kind of thing, but it is cool.
I mean, I don't know what I would do if I was an elite, because I already get this a little bit. The people, there's that. It's just people who aren't so smart gang up on the people who are smart, naturally. And that's one of the reasons why I'm not super judgmental about everything. And, and I'm not evangelical. But I like to talk about it, and it's a subject which really interests me, so I don't see why I shouldn't be able to talk about it without being considered,
I don't even know what I am as far as religion. I like people. Sometimes, for the most part, I try to smile at them. I like to have a good time, and that's really it, man. Treat everybody with respect, and that's about it.
It's a good thing to put out there in the world, definitely.
But I don't know. I like the youngin. It's almost kind of cool, how Young kind of has a spiritual. I don't know. I think he was influenced by religion though. But I like the whole idea about the shadow. So it's I always try to throw out positive energy and everything, but I never ever let myself be a victim. I always know have an awareness of my shadow, what I'm capable of. I never project. I never can say someone's pure evil. I recognize it in myself. Always. I know that there's a hidden beast in me. It's easy to make it's easy to talk shit into scrutinize and ostracize the guard at Auschwitz. What's harder to do is to picture yourself and say, what situation would it take for me to be that guard? Because everyone has that in them.
Definitely.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, mate.
And I was just gonna say that I get the whole not judging people thing, but and the recognizing that there's a beast inside of you too, or whatever, in some way. But I think some people are more likely to surrender to the beast or have surrendered to it in a way, and that's where you draw the line of good and evil in a way. At least in my opinion, that's how I go about it. But
No, you're right. I do believe. Well, no. Yeah,
I mean,
it's not a
consciously
very.
surrendered.
What'd you say?
Do you mean consciously surrendered?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So like, good to me is like. So me, good to me is not just like, oh, I'm happy. I mean, good to me is like coming into a situation where I could be evil. And I understand I have the capability to be evil. I have the capability to take advantage of the situation, but choosing not to. I think that's more righteous than being good all the time when it's easy to be good and like you have an easy ass life and you just have a family. And it's better than also being a victim by saying, okay, whatchamacallit, like here's a situation where I could be evil, but you're such a victim that you don't even like. I don't know. It's like almost like being a victim. Like that's worse. Like, I think knowing your capabilities and not using them is better than like just not having the capability at all, and of course just not succumbing to it and just becoming evil, being a freaking sociopath, psychopath.
Yeah, I think lots and lots of people, like, especially like you see the religious people, can get like that. You know, to see themselves as self-righteous and holier than thou. The other side of that, I think, is that bad people. There's a thing where a lot of bad people, like I'll say bad. I'm not trying to be judgmental. I just mean generally, like Al Capone used to see him. He thought he was a good person.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you know, obviously, most people would say probably not. But like you say, so somebody else, if he wasn't there, somebody else would have been there, and maybe it would have been somebody else that had no interest in having a soup kitchen. But my point is that he was probably a good person, or had the potential to be, you know, and was looking at that part of his, you know, heart, if you will.
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. And it's really weird. It's really easy to like, man. Even Bill Gates, man. It's like anyone you can say anyone's freaking evil, man. It's like once you get any bit of power, any influence, you're not. There's no way when you have once you have the ability to control people and you have people as a resource. I'm not gonna say morality's out the window, but but whatever. I was gonna use a big word there. I'm not smart. Omnibenevolence, is that the word? But that goes out the window, man. Like automatically.
Yeah.
So why? Okay, so I'm Bill Gates. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I outsource to China and use sweatshop workers?
Yeah.
Because if he didn't, possibly Apple wouldn't be what it is today, or Microsoft. I'm fucking stuff up, but you know what I mean. So it's like it's such a
Yeah. I
weird.
mean, have you heard? Or have you heard of the you know, the lever experiment? The sort of I think that's what they call it, the lever experiment. I'm getting a bit tired now. It's a thought experiment, and basically, if there's that, you imagine you're on a bridge and there's trains. There's like two
Oh
train.
yeah,
You know this one, and it's like you could change. You know, and most people would leave it, but you know, it seems to be that if there's some distance between you and the people that you're killing, you're happy to pull that lever and treat them as sort of cattle, essentially.
mm-hmm.
So, and you know, also it's whether or not they're a threat to you, and you know, because I can see that if there was a button right here, if I believed that nuclear bombs existed, let's couch it in that. I'm not saying they don't now. I'm gonna get in trouble, but you know, if the nuclear bomb existed and somebody said, right, we're going to torture your family unless you blow that up, and you're going to kill a bunch of Japanese people, I'd be like, tap 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 tap. Don't fucking torture my family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
Is
crazy
that
though.
evil?
I don't. I yes and no. No.
Hmm.
People go off of what they value. That's really it. That's why I don't.
Yeah.
People, it's almost as if people need. Well, we're conflict creatures. I think we need some sort of friction. If we don't have friction, what the hell are we doing? We're at a neutral state. And I don't think human beings can fathom being neutral. We're not neutral creatures.